Hey guys, this is your Kiba right here in Kiba Space, and today we'll be working on some pastries. Yeah, this is pastry month. Remember, all months of October we're celebrating working on pastries, different kind of pastry. So today we're looking at pate choux. And you know what you make with pate choux? You make cream puffs, you make eclairs, and you also make cheese puffs. And I'm from Trinidad, so we grew up making cheese puffs. Yeah, and I have ton loads of cheese puff going on. So I'll show you some ingredients. You need 1 cup of flour, 4 ounces of butter or a stick, and just a little bit of salt, a cup of water. You're gonna need some eggs, maybe 4, maybe 3, let's see. And that's gonna be your pate choux. Later we'll work on the cheese because we want to put cheese in the filling. So later we'll work on cheese. Let's get started.
As the moon turns on, distractions so far gone. I'm standing still in the calm before.
So we're getting started. You need 1 stick of butter in a nice pot. So I have a saucepan or pot. You need 1 stick of butter in there with a cup of water, and you need them to come to a boil. So let's turn up the heat for now, but when that comes to boil, you need to have 1 cup of flour. I like to season my stuff just so that my pate should have a little bit of seasoning. So you need just a little teaspoon of salt, nothing much. Yep. And so and it is boiling. Alright, so you want all the flour in there, not one. You don't want to strain it in. You want everything in all together. So it's a 1-drop dump. Boop. And then you stir in as fast as you can. I know a lot of people take off the stove. You don't take off the stove. You kind of let the pot eat up all of the, so you let it come to a boil. I guess that's why it's called pate choux. And you let the fire eat up, and then you take off. Once you hear that drying out sound. So yeah, you want it to come to a nice boil to leave the side and kind of, yeah. So then you dump this into your KitchenAid. Well, I have a KitchenAid. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you will put a manual mixer and turn it off. But I'm gonna put it in a KitchenAid, and we're gonna have that mixer. So yeah, you wanna dump that right in there, like so. It's nice and hot. You put that on and you allow it to cool. See all that nice steam? So that's going to be turning like that until it cools, until you can touch it, because right now it's really, really hot. So this has been going for about 10 minutes. And you literally need to feel that it's cool. You can't mix in the egg. When it's hot, it's gonna start cooking the egg. You're gonna get a whole different thing instead of choux pastry. So the pastry is nice and cool, and we're gonna add eggs 1 at a time. And you feel for the texture, you can use 3 large eggs or 4 medium eggs to make this. I kind of watch by texture because in the summertime this does something different from in the winter time, and we kind of involved. So what do we know? So you add egg 1 at a time. Remember, always separate the eggs 1 at a time. You don't know what kind of eggs you're getting. I don't care what anybody else tells you about all the eggs are fresh. That is not the deal. You don't know what kind of egg. You don't know if the chicken laid Or I like to take out the fresh sometimes. Go ahead and do so if you want to. If you don't want to, it's on you. Yeah. So you're adding eggs one at a time. You can take the speed up if you choose to as well. You can also beat it. Boom. Just to take that stink out, I'm gonna use the 4 eggs. I'm just gonna put a little bit of lime just to get the funk out. You know how I feel about fresh smells? Fish, eggs, crab, lobster, they all get lined up. And you can stop, and you can take the sides down so that you incorporate everything, and then you can keep going. So I think those 4 eggs worked fine. They did. They look perfect. And then you want to scrape the sides and you want to bag. This is not something that you can taste beforehand. I'm sorry. This mix there, you just have to cook it and see. Alright. So that's what it looks like in there. I'm gonna put it in a nice pastry bag because I like, you can scoop it out. If you don't have a pastry bag with a tip, you can scoop it out spoon by spoon. But I like my stuff looking nice and pretty. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have all my pate choux in here, my choux pastry, and I have a pan. You don't have to grease the pan. You just wet the pan and it goes. Because when these are cooked, they just puff up and they move. Alright, and you make nice little swirls. And you can make them whatever size you want. Now remember, you use the same pastry. If you want to make eclairs, if you want to make cream puffs, it's the same pastry. But today we're working on some Trinidad cheese puffs. So this is it. The oven is set at 375 and we're going to leave that in for 40 minutes on the top shelf. And we're going in. Whoopsie. So we're working on some cheese paste. And I have about 1/4 of a pound of cheese here. Grated on the cheese side of your grater. If you have a grater like mine, it should be that side. If you don't, I don't know what you're making. Yeah, so this is New Zealand cheddar. If you can't find Trinidad cheese, look for anything New Zealand and you should be good. I have 2 chopped pimento. You know how I love me some pimento. So you're making cheese paste, you're gonna need some pimento. It's all about the flavor, building the lovely flavors. I grated some onions on that side, and let's see if we can get that out. Yeah, I used to be beating them thing for days, so I don't know. You're gonna need some butter, so I have a stick of butter that I left to get soft. I'm gonna use 2 ounces of it, which is half of it, in that cheese paste. You're gonna need some mayo, about a tablespoon of mayo, 2 tablespoons in there. What am I saying? And you're gonna need some mustard. If you have yellow mustard, go ahead, use it. If you don't, spicy mustard will just as fine. Need a tablespoon of that. I really love spicy mustard, so I always have it. And then flavor builders. You're gonna need salt, so you do like a sprinkle of salt. Boom. And if you have pepper sauce, if you would like to put pepper sauce in your cheese piece, go ahead, use some pepper sauce. I could, but I promised I was going to make this kid friendly, because I promised my niece I was going to drop her a nice little snack. So this has to be kids friendly. So there will be no pepper in cheese piece today. At least not for her. And then you blend everything up. I'm gonna make this pink cheese piece. Yes. Let's support all people with breast cancer, people. Remember back in the day when they used to make pinwheel sandwiches? And used to have 1 pink cheese piece, 1 green cheese piece, and 1 yellow cheese piece. So I know I said bake this for 40 minutes, but I like to monitor my stuff. And so I like the color of these. I do. Normally when they're done, they can whoop, and they're up. See that? So I like the color of these. So I am going to take them out. Yeah, you can leave them to get darker 40 minutes, but like I said, I like the way these looks. We'll come back when it's cool and we'll fill them. So there we go. Puffs are cool. And now you can fold them. Look, that's nice and airy. And I didn't want to pipe anymore. I had enough piping for today. So you fold them. Yes, they are pink. They're pink, pink, pink. And guys, yeah, you can leave them longer if you choose to have them nice and dark. I don't like them really dark, because then they get nice and hard. Yes. Remember, they only pink because it's breast cancer month, so. But they are a real treat. And I've made them so much times I can make them in my sleep. But yeah, you can make them too. Anyway, if you like what I'm doing, you want to catch the next video? Because next week we're working on the next pastry. I definitely want to see what that's going to be. So, subscribe. Hit the bell. And if you go into the bell, hit all. So you get all the videos, one after the next. Guys, thank you for being in my place. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just being a part of a fun site. So if you want to see what's coming up next, go ahead, subscribe, tell a friend, and don't forget to like the video, guys. See you next time right here in Keep Place.
In the shadows of dawn's first light, if I fall to my knees for final